when something like this hits the news, you kind of wonder if it's a hoax or not. I mean, when it comes to celebrities, there's always people who it just seems like there's somebody out there who seems like it'd be kind of funny if they put like that someone died this way or that way, and they also like to kind of portray them as dying in a way that most people would thought that they would have. But I knew it couldn't be a hoax when I saw that Satoru Iwata, president of Nintendo, had passed away. It was actually really, really late last night. I was just about to check my email and send out an email to somebody, and the first thing that pops up is his picture, and I was wondering. I was like, oh, Iwata's on. I think it was Yahoo is when I first saw it. I saw it up there, and I was just like, oh, I wonder what's going on. Maybe he announced something exciting and we don't know about it yet. And then when the text finally came up and it said he had died at 55, my jaw dropped. Like, legit. It's just, I don't even think it's completely sunk in because it hasn't even been a full day that I've known about this. It's absolutely crazy. I mean, and not to mention 55. A lot of people like to complain. I'll complain every day of the week that I feel like I'm old and I'm getting old. Iwata died at 55, and you know what? That's not old. He was still rather young. And some people would even say that he was still in his prime. I mean, he's done a lot of amazing things with the company. I mean, he ran Nintendo, and I mean, he ran it for a while. If my thinking is correct, he ran it for over a decade, closer to 15 years maybe. And then, not to mention, I mean, he's been working on video games for 2 whole decades, maybe a little further than that too. I mean, he did a lot of. He worked with a lot of amazing games. I mean, look at HAL Laboratory. That was basically his baby, his company right there. I mean, they were responsible for as far back as the Nintendo with Kirby's Adventure and the Lolo series, and then when you move on to like the SNES, you have your Earthbound and Kirby Superstar and that whole series, the Dreamland series. And then, I mean, when the 64 hit and Smash Brothers was released, it was just a huge success. And it's funny just because now, I mean, it's such a big deal, the Smash series, and yet everything is still expensive. You can't pick up a Smash game for like under $40 nowadays. And also on the 64, Pokemon Stadium, HAL Laboratories had their hand in that. And I mean, just all the accomplishments. I could keep going on and on. Also about how he had his hand in some Zelda games and even some Mario games. It's definitely nothing any of us expected. I mean, I didn't even know he had a pre-existing medical condition, period. I mean, I went about my days business as usual, not knowing that someone who played a big role in a lot of the childhood games that I played, that he wasn't doing well. And it kind of gives you a new perspective on life. And I mean most, like anybody's death, even like puppies and kittens, like well, maybe not puppies and kittens, but like dogs and cats, death is, it brings something up about you inside. It's not something anyone goes through really easy. And the thing is I'm talking about this man as if he were like my father or my grandfather. And it's I don't know, it's kind of crazy when you think about it, but I mean, he played a big impact on my life. A man I'd never met, a man who I never actually knew his personality or what he was like in person, or how. I mean, I didn't even know what he was like over text message or anything like that. I mean, I don't know why I would, but I feel like people have different personalities when they're texting. But I mean, from everything that I hear and what I read, he seemed like a really great guy. I never got to meet him personally, and that's going to be something that I would wish that I could have done, and I obviously can't now. But I guess mainly the whole point of this, I could sit here and sulk all day, but honestly, the best thing you could do in this situation is just preserve his legacy. Honestly, I mean, it's just kind of breathtaking knowing that he's gone now. But I mean, at this point, we need to just cherish everything, all the things that he left behind, all of his accomplishments. He's going to be talked about for the rest of my existence. I mean, he's definitely not something or someone who just fades into the background. He did a lot. He had a lot of achievements and accomplishments throughout Nintendo, and then even before that, because he's been working on games what probably seemed like most of his life. I mean, my condolences out to the immediate family, even extended family, anyone who was close to him, all of his friends, anyone who is having a much harder time dealing with this, or even just having even a little bit of hard time dealing with the idea that this man is no longer with us. I would never wish death upon anybody, not a single soul. I mean, I can get angry and tell people to go fuck off and that they should go and kill themselves. It's anger. That's all. But I wouldn't wish anything like this upon anybody. I mean, he was a great man, and I mean, he seemed like he was a nice man too, from everything that I'd heard. And that's really all that should be said about this. I mean, I could sit here and ramble, but you're not going to watch the full video if I do that. But Satoru Iwata, we are going to miss you. We love you, and we absolutely love what you did for Nintendo and what you did for us, being children who played Nintendo games or played games in general. You made a great impact on our lives, and at this point, all I can do is just say thank you, and thank you again, that you made a great impact. And like I said, there's nothing else that needs to be said. You will be greatly missed.